Now, what's your relationship with Young Crazy? Early on, that's how I got introduced to Young Crazy. Actually, it was through you. Our first interview. I'm glad you patched that through. By the way,
For sure.
Kino Beats is how that interview happened. He is our first interview, you know. But I do want to ask you, what's your relationship with him and coming up? I never knew.
Yeah, crazy, my boy. Damn, when did I meet Crazy? I probably met Crazy probably like 2012. No, probably earlier than that. I've been knowing Crazy over 10 years though, for sure.
Right.
For sure.
Well, now, where did it start? Take us to the start. How did you even see the guy?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I really dead ass don't know. Like at this point, like I don't even remember. Like I think randomly at some point, like maybe somebody brought him. This one we had Radio Ready Recording Studio downtown Norfolk. I think I know he came to the studio. I don't know if somebody told him about me, or if he came in there with somebody. But he came in there. And we started working like that, but we weren't really constantly working around that time. It was just like kind of like he'd come in, but then he started catching a little wave in the city, and then we just kept on locking in and working more.
Yeah. Cause y'all got some dope records together. I do like Spin. I think that's probably my favorite Young Crazy and Kino beat song. Should have smashed me. I think it should have, but COVID.
Yeah, COVID kind of killed that run a little bit.
The Sharks and Pistols, you was a part of that.
Yeah.
Wait. Before I get to that, would you agree to this? This me thinking. You and Young Money Young was like the first real people making unity, or making people work together in this new generation of artists.
Yeah.
Or who was it?
I don't know.
Because it's rare we seen all artists in one room together, on a song, or on a beat, or
So all right, so just because you use that word, I'm gonna really break it down. Around this time, bro. Around this time, you had Samandy from Hot 91, and she used to have a hashtag VA Unity. Just because you said unity, she had hashtag VA Unity. And it really, like, I was just a young asshole. I was really trolling for real. You know what I mean? So I was trolling her when she was playing hashtag VA Unity. I was doing hashtag new VA. You know what I mean? But I fucked with her at the time. Like, I still fuck with her. Samantha's my people's. Like, she cool. So I started doing hashtag new VA. But the thing about it was I was recording everybody in the city. Like, literally everybody, like, in the 757. You know what I mean? So I started doing hashtag new VA. And man, you gotta forgive me because all this shit is like damn near 10 years ago. I'm trying to like think about how all this shit was playing out, but we was doing hashtag new VA. I was basically like slick setting artists up. Like I have an artist I'm recording, and I have them stay. I tell them like, yo, stay real quick, and I bring another artist in. I bet, man, y'all should do a song together. So like that's how we started with Young Crazy and Breeze. I had them like come together, and then we started working on a project that ended up turning into Sharks and Pistols. I had them come together and do that. It sounded like you mentioned Young Money Yan. I had Young Money Yan and Black Cobain. Like they were already cool, but I brought them together as far as doing. We did a record, Radio Ready. We did a couple of records together as well. Like that was my whole thing. I was like trying to DJ Khaled the situation.
Right, and I was gonna ask you, like that was what I was asking you about, cause you might don't remember, but early on, you know, when I met you before I was even a name, it wasn't no name to it. But I remember you being around, and I was around, Izzy was around, you, Lex Luger, VA Black, quite a few people was in this room.
Right.
But it just felt like Kino kind of orchestrated a lot of them situations.
Yeah,
so it's like, would you say you kind of started the unity?
I would. I don't like I don't.
Cause people who gonna come out and just be like, yo, I put this guy with this guy and this guy with that guy, and then that happened, and then that happened, and then that matters.
Yeah, it does. It does. And I feel like see, you know how I am, bro. Like I stand on business, and I stand on what I did. But you know, I feel like it's a cycle. Yeah. It's a cycle for when somebody be like, man, I was the first one to do that. And then you got somebody like, no, I was the first to do it. No, I was the first to do it. No, I did this. No, I did this. Now you got motherfuckers bickering about bullshit instead of us actually doing what we supposed to do. Like, let's just get the shit done. So when I was doing it, so yeah, to answer your question, yeah, I do feel like I was the one that actually, like, I not even like think, like, I know I was the one that was putting all these people in the same rooms and shit. But I never did it for no award or no trophy or nothing like that. I did it because I knew that shit, it was supposed to be done. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this was going to help what we got going on.
I guess what I'm, overall getting at is just Kino's influence on the culture of people being able to put these individuals in one room to collaborate. Really I guess that's what I'm getting at. It's super big that people may make it small.
Right, exactly. Because I ain't gonna lie, before I started doing that, it wasn't cool to do.
Right.
It wasn't cool to do at all. Like, won't nobody in Virginia.
A portion of artists working with a Norfolk artist.
Right, exactly.
That wasn't common. Even all the way to the jails. We don't. So how Sharks and Pistols?
Yeah.
Where did that come from? Were you there for that?
So that happened right in Radio Ready. I had Crazo pull up. I had Breeze pull up. Breeze, I was recording. I've been recording all Breeze music since high school. You know what I mean?
Y'all went to high school together?
Nah, Breeze went to school in Portsmouth. Okay. I'm saying I was in high school.
Oh, okay.
Like, I was leaving. Like, I was my senior year. I was nigga Breeze. Nigga, I can't even see Breeze, but I was going to the prom and niggas was at the studio. Like yeah. But I recorded his shit since like high school though. So like. Yeah, I brought Crazy and Breeze in together, and we started just doing music together. And I don't remember, like
they didn't know each other.
I don't think they knew each other previous to that.
Okay.
To my knowledge, I don't think they did. And it was also you had another artist from Portsmouth around that time. His name was Statboy Black, and I had brought him in because that was the first song we did. It was Young Crazy, Statboy Black, and Breeze Barker. I had all of them working together. And then, so we started working. And I don't really know who idea it was to name it Sharks and Pistols, but obviously, Norfolk is Shark City, and Portsmouth is Pistol City. So it came together like that, Sharks and Pistols. And we started working, and it was like 3 or 4 songs in. Somewhere along the lines of us working together, Timbaland had tapped in with the project. And they started going to the studio with Timbaland. And however that transpired how it did.
Wait. So Timbaland pretty much hijacked
in a sense. You
still got songs on there?
Yeah, I produced probably like 3 or 4 songs on there. Okay. But in a sense, I credit that to all of us being young. You know what I mean? So I say no harm, no foul. Like the me now would have treated that situation completely different. You feel what I'm saying? Because the me now is gonna be like, nigga, what the fuck you doing with my shit? You get what I'm saying? And that's how I'd have carried it now. You know what I mean? To be completely honest. But the me back then was just like, and not to mention too, it's still the part of me that want people to win from such a genuine space that I'm like, oh shit, Timbaland hit y'all up, man. Go do y'all shit. But I won't never involved in none of those sessions. You know what I mean? Like it was never like hey, Kino, pull up to the studio with Timbaland.
So no collabs you got with Timbaland,
won't none of that. You know what I mean? So that's why I go back to saying what I'm saying when I say like my generation, how we came up, like, and salute to him. Obviously, he an OG and he paved the way for some stuff, but those OGs didn't really like.
Why? Just asking. Why didn't them, the artists bring you on or call you in?
That's why I say I credit that to us being young.
Okay.
I credit that to us being
Everybody
young.
Everybody was in the moment.
I think it was an in the moment thing. I think they didn't look at it like that. I think maybe they was excited. It's a break. You know what I mean? It's just like shit. We just trying to get on. Like everybody like just for self. You know what I mean? Trying to do their shit. And I credit that for being in the moment, because on the flip side of things too, like it's kind of messed up. But me now, I would have called the artist. I'll call the artist bucket like, bro, how the fuck you taking this shit over there and you ain't even tell me pull up, and I'm the one that started this. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, I just credit it for being in the moment. We was young and trying to try our shit. The big producer called and they trying to get their shit going, and how it play out. It is what it is.
So your idea to use my idea was a great idea.
Man, what can I say, bro? What can I say? Because you know what? Honestly, though, like to even think back to them times too, how I looked at it too, was like I was looking at it like shit. At the end of the day, these is my niggas. So if they go through there with bruh,
we good.
And bruh pop their shit off, then I know shit. I know I'm a lot. They gonna have to come back and fuck with me at some point. So now we gonna, you know what I mean? So if he want to do that shit with Dog and see how it work out. But it is kind of eerie though, from a producer standpoint. Like why you? It's just like even me today. It's just like if I go tap in with a young artist from Virginia, like me just understanding the game and how I think, I'm gonna be like, yo, who your producer? You know what I mean? Like, what's up with your producer? Like, who's producing this? Yo, yeah, tell him come through too. When I invite you, I'm gonna invite your producer too.
On some respect.
Off of respect. You know what I mean? Like, especially to the point where I think at the time, like I said, I produced like 2 or 3 songs at the time. The other ones was, I think it was other producers involved, but I was engineering and curating the whole thing. Everybody in the city knew that's what I was doing. I was engineering. I was already producing without producing. You get what I'm saying? Like I was already telling folk, nah, don't say that. Say this. Nah, move this hook here. Make this a hook. Don't make this a hook. You know what I mean? So it's like when you already got that level of just work in the studio, that you know you're supposed to keep that around. But when you're young, you don't probably value it as much, you know?